and happy Saturday, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's amethyxtnix, and yes, this is a speed build video. It's been such a long time since I've posted a speed build on my channel, and I really wish I was a faster builder, but I find that I really need to be in the zone and have that inspiration when I'm building. I just wish that inspiration is always there, you know? So in regards to this build, it is actually for an alphabet collaboration hosted by asphodelmoon, meaning there is a whole group of us representing each letter of the alphabet and building something in the shape of that letter. So I have chosen the letter X and I have named this the Hidden Wisp. Now, the Hidden Wisp is in fact a makerspace. So the thing is, it's not just any makerspace. I have actually made sure to include the things that you may need should you want to change it to a community garden or a marketplace. Now, the Hidden Wisp is a makerspace in the island of Sulani. It's in a 40 by 30 lot in Mua Pelham, and it has the traits Oceanic Paradise, Eco Lot, and Homey. Now, in my head, the chief of Sulani has actually commissioned architects and designers from both Sulani and Evergreen Harbor to create and build this makerspace for the residents and tourists of Sulani. Now, I have named it the Hidden Wisp because technically, even though it's not hidden, the letter X is what marks the spot where the treasure lies on a treasure map. Now, you may have noticed that there is a huge jump or transition from Oasis Springs to Sulani. So I didn't just edit out a whole chunk of my video. I have actually forgotten to click on record or to resume my recording once I've moved the lot to Sulani. So, I was able to pick out the wallpapers and I knew what I wanted the roofline to look until I noticed that it was still on pause and it wasn't recording. Now, there are 4 wings in this makerspace, and the reason why I even wanted to make a makerspace is because in my Whimsy expanded Let's Play, both of my characters are actually freelancers and they've got a growing family, so they've got a toddler and a baby. And in that Let's Play, I wanted to make it seem like they're able to bring their children with them. So I wanted to be able to cater for not only my main characters who are freelancers, but also for their toddlers. So not so much for the baby doll until we get that update, that baby update. So you're just seeing me putting on some solar panels on the roof of this particular makerspace, and you're actually gonna see me put the different things that I need for a makerspace, a community garden, and a marketplace. I was just trying to map out where I would want each of those in which particular area. So shortly, very soon, you'll see me furnishing the first wing. So in the first wing, I've catered for the Sims who enjoy painting and woodworking. And you will also notice that in each wing, there's a weird looking room at the very end. Now, originally I wanted to close it off, but the build itself, it's surrounded by such beautiful views that I didn't want to restrict it. And plus, the views can be for inspiration, hence lots and lots of windows. So you're just seeing me furnishing that first wing now with the easel, and then at the other side of that you would have your woodworking table. And in the very end, I've catered for the children. So I wanted to give them their own activity table. They've got their own bookcase there and a reading chair, as well as a dollhouse. Now, the dollhouse that I originally wanted to put in was for the little campers kit, but it was just too big. It was just too big, but thankfully the dollhouse that came with the eco lifestyle, it was just the right size for it. Now, I wanted to also put on decorations that would look like the residents of Sulani have made it while they're working on it in this maker space. So the same goes for some of the furniture as well. So I wanted to make it look like they've crafted it using either their fabrication or woodworking skill. So that's the area for the kids, which I find really cute. Originally I had 2 activity table, but then I thought, hey, you know, let me put in a dollhouse instead, because that can cater for a child sim as well as for a toddler. Now the second wing is for your fabrication skill, which you will see me furnishing very soon. Oh well, I'm just putting on the lining as well. So basically the lining that I ended up using was from the latest kit pack. Is it from the latest kit pack? I've actually forgotten, but yeah. Now finally, the second wing is for the fabrication skill. Now I've also placed some computer and desks because freelancers need computers to be able to chat to their client. And I wanted to also cater for our civil designer sims as well, and left a drafting tablet on one of the tables. And I wanted to put clutter on the desks to make an impression that, you know, yes, a lot of people use this space when they're working on their gigs. And towards the end, it's just a little nook with a bookcase because you can increase your skill by reading. And some of the makerspace that I've put on the save file that I used for my Whimsy Expanded Let's Play, it didn't have a bookcase or it didn't have any computer. So I wanted to make sure that my makerspace, the one that I'm building right now, actually has that. And the thing is, everyone, I've player tested this. However, for some reason, my sim isn't able to use those 2 chairs at the end there, which I find really bizarre. So she's able to walk into the room, she's able to pick a book, but for some reason she couldn't sit on the couches. So unfortunately, those seats are just for the look. Now the third wing caters to increase your sim's juice fizzing skill and fabrication skill via candle making. Now I wanted to make it seem like they've provided boxes to pack your juice in. So that's why you've got the boxes there under the table as well as towards the side, which you will find me putting on shortly. And I thought it was just a nice touch. And then at the end is also another activity for the children, as well as a corner for your sims who love to knit and cross stitch. So, you know, basically this maker space is jam-packed with anything creative, any activity that can cater for your sims who are super creative. And I just really like that. So it won't seem as boring when you actually do want to put this particular maker space on your save file, if ever. So now I wanted to include some sort of cafe in this makerspace. So I find that when I play my Let's Play, I spend most of my day with my sims in a makerspace, or most of the time I forget the time and don't realize that I've spent both day and night in a makerspace. So I thought it would be nice for them to have some sort of cafe that they can go to without traveling, to, you know, to rest and chill for a bit. So that is the fourth wing. And at the end there, I've actually made some sort of mini kitchen as well. So they've got a sink and an oven, and I actually wanted to put the cupcake machine, but obviously it was too big for that tiny space. And you can hire a barista as well, which is what I did when I was player testing this. And again, the furniture, I wanted to make it seem like they've crafted it, they've painted it, and I wanted a pop of color. I wanted blue and yellow against the brown wall and flooring. So I thought it was just a nice touch again. And I've also put some couches there. Now those technically we can't really use that when your Sims are having, you know, their coffee and their cake and muffin, but that's just for looks. And you know, like in real life you can actually sit down on couches and have your tea and coffee there. It doesn't necessarily have to be on a proper table and dining chair. So that's what I ended up doing. Now we are going to be moving on towards the exterior. Now again, there's 4 areas, and the first area is the actual entrance to the actual makerspace. And I've actually put like the boats and the canoes over there, but for some reason it keeps disappearing whenever I would when I play or tested this. So, but I'm pretty sure it may be on my actual screenshots, or it may not be on my actual screenshots. But anyways, but yes, so there's 4 areas. The first area would be your entrance to the makerspace. The second area, which you see me furnishing now, is where you would find your recyclers and your dumpsters, as well as those insect homes where you can collect your biofuel and stuff. Now, the third area is your community garden. So I've actually placed different seeds on the planters already, so your Sims are able to start planting them as soon as they get to this makerspace. And I wanted to include the flower arranging skill as well. So what better way to, you know, put it in the community garden area. So it has its own little kind of not room, like a little area. So I actually really like that. And then the last area that you will see me furnish overlooks a beautiful scenery. So I wanted to place a mini bar. Technically it's a bar, but in my head it can act as a restaurant because you could still order food in a bar. So I wanted to place a mini bar with furniture that looks like it's been crafted and painted by the residents of Sulani. And I also wanted some sort of an entertainment area. So even though I've placed the busking equipment over there, I'd like to think that from time to time there is a live band who performs here. And then you've got your marketplace as well. So I've placed at least 3 tables where your Sims can sell all of the items that they've created. And lastly, you're just gonna see me landscaping the area. And you know, thank you again to asphodelmoon for this collaboration and the other simmers who have joined together for this project. I will link their channels in the description below, so please make sure to check them out, and please stay till the end because there's going to be screenshots of the build. And I do hope you've enjoyed this speed build, and if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you all onto the next video. See ya!